Hey everyone! It's been 3 years since the iPhone 14 Pro launched, and I remember the excitement well. For many of us, this wasn't just another yearly update. It felt like a landmark device. It gave us the dynamic island, a truly clever fusion of hardware and software that turned the notch into something alive and interactive. It was the first iPhone with a 48 megapixel main camera, a huge leap that promised more detail and flexibility. And it finally brought us the always-on display. For 3 years, this has been a fantastic, reliable phone. But if you're watching this video, you're probably starting to feel, the shine has started to wear off in a few key areas. That all-day battery life is a distant memory. You might be struggling to get through a full day seeing only 4 or 5 hours of screen time before you're reaching for a charger. And maybe you've noticed the phone getting a bit warm, the screen dimming on its own when you're outside, or games starting to stutter after a while. These aren't defects, it's the reality of a 3-year-old device hitting its physical limits. And it's why today we're looking at this, the brand new iPhone 17 Pro. Because I believe the jump from the 14 Pro to the 17 Pro isn't just an incremental step, it's a foundational leap, and it represents one of the best times to upgrade in years. Let's break down why. At first glance, the design change is obvious. The 14 Pro has that familiar stainless steel flat-edge design. The 17 Pro, however, has been completely re-engineered. It features a new brushed aluminum unibody, and this isn't just for looks. Aluminum is lighter, but more importantly, it's much better at conducting heat away from the internals. And then there's this, the full-width forged plateau for the camera system. This isn't just a style choice like Google's Pixel Bar, it's a design with a purpose. It creates more internal space for components, and that leads directly to two of the biggest upgrades we'll talk about, a larger battery and a new cooling system. The display has evolved too. While both are beautiful ProMotion screens, the 17 Pro is dramatically better in real-world use. The 14 Pro screen was great with a peak outdoor brightness of 2000 nits. The 17 Pro's display hits 3000 nits. That's a 50% increase, and it means no more struggling to see your screen in direct sunlight. It's also tougher, with a new Ceramic Shield 2 coating that offers 3 times better scratch resistance and crucially reduces glare. So the design isn't just new, it's a direct solution to the physical limitations of the 14 Pro. Now let's talk about what's inside. The A16 Bionic in the 14 Pro is still a very fast chip. On Geekbench 6, it scores around 2600 on single core and 6700 on multi-core. It can handle almost anything you throw at it. But the A19 Pro in the 17 Pro is in a different league entirely. Early benchmarks show a massive 40% boost in performance over the chip that came after the A16, but the biggest story isn't the peak speed, it's the sustained speed. This is thanks to the single most important upgrade you can't see, a vapor chamber cooling system. Simply put, it's an incredibly efficient way to move heat away from the processor and spread it across the phone's aluminum body. This directly solves the throttling and screen dimming issues of the 14 Pro. It allows the A19 Pro to run at its peak speed for much longer, delivering up to 40% better sustained performance. For gaming, editing 4K video, or any heavy task, this is a complete game changer. And that brings us to the software dividing line. The advanced on-device AI features that Apple calls Apple Intelligence have very specific hardware requirements, and the A16 Bionic chip in the iPhone 14 Pro does not meet them. The A19 Pro, with its powerful neural engine and the thermal headroom provided by the vapor chamber, is designed specifically for these tasks. This isn't just a small feature difference, it's an example of fundamental split in what these phones can do. For many, the camera is the #1 reason to upgrade, and the leap here is staggering. The 14 Pro gave us a great 48 megapixel main camera, but the ultra-wide and telephoto lenses were still 12 megapixels. The iPhone 17 Pro creates a true Pro system. The main ultra-wide and telephoto cameras are now all 48 megapixel fusion cameras. This means you get incredible consistent detail and color no matter which lens you're using. But the telephoto lens is the real star of the show. The 14 Pro has a good 12 megapixel 3x optical zoom. The 17 Pro has a brand new 48 megapixel telephoto camera with a 56% larger sensor and a sophisticated tetra prism design. This allows it to achieve an incredible 8 times optical quality zoom at a 200mm equivalent focal length with a total digital zoom of up to 40 times. Look at this. This is the difference. It's not just about getting a little closer, it's about capturing photos you simply couldn't get before. And it doesn't stop there. The front camera is now an 18 megapixel center stage camera that can intelligently widen the frame for group selfies. For creators, there's dual capture, letting you record from the front and back cameras at the same time. And for professionals, the 17 Pro is the first smartphone to support ProRes RAW and can shoot in 4K at 120 frames per second. This isn't just a better camera, it's a complete professional grade imaging system in your pocket. So let's bring this all together and talk about the two factors that I think seal the deal. First, battery life. The iPhone 17 Pro was engineered from the ground up to solve the battery anxiety of older models. The new design allows for the largest battery ever in an iPhone Pro, and the A19 Pro chip is far more efficient. The result is what Apple calls an enormous leap in battery life. Real-world tests show the Pro Max model lasting nearly 18 hours in a continuous web surfing test, a huge jump. Apple's own specs show the 17 Pro getting up to 6 hours more video playback than the 16 Pro. This is a phone that will comfortably get even heavy users through a full day and beyond. And when you do need to charge, it's faster, hitting 50% in just 20 minutes with a 40-watt adapter. And second, the brains. This is the point of no return. As I mentioned, the iPhone 14 Pro will not get Apple Intelligence. This means no next generation on-device Siri that understands context from your apps, no advanced writing tools that can summarize text for you, none of the deeply integrated AI features that will define the iPhone experience for the next decade. Holding on to the 14 Pro means accepting that your phone has reached its final stage of major software innovation. The iPhone 17 Pro is the entry ticket to this new era. So is the upgrade worth it? If you're coming from an iPhone 14 Pro, the answer is an unequivocal yes. This isn't just about getting a slightly faster phone with a slightly better camera. The iPhone 17 Pro offers a completely re-engineered solution to every single long-term pain point of the 14 Pro. It solves the thermal throttling with a vapor chamber. It solves the battery degradation with a larger, more efficient system. It transforms the camera from a single great lens into a cohesive professional system with game-changing zoom. And most importantly, it unlocks the door to the next generation of intelligent software that the 14 Pro will be permanently locked out of. The combination of solving the past problems while enabling the future's potential makes the jump from the 14 Pro to the 17 Pro one of the most compelling, justifiable, and exciting upgrades Apple has offered in a very long time. If you've been waiting for the right moment, this is it. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you make a decision, let me know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more in-depth reviews. See you in the next one.